A third mistaken assumption is that computers couldn't replace humans in jobs that require empathy and emotional intelligence, whether it's therapists or teachers. However, a lot depends, in this argument, a lot depends on what we actually mean by emotional intelligence. If emotional intelligence means the ability to correctly identify human emotions and react to them in the appropriate way, then computers may well outperform us even in emotional intelligence. Because emotions too are patterns. They are biological patterns. Anger is one pattern. Fear is another pattern. How do I know if you're now angry or fearful or perhaps bored? I know it because I've learned over the years to recognize the patterns characteristic of angry people and fearful people and bored people by analyzing not just the contents of what you say, but your tone of voice, your facial expression, your body language. I've learned to recognize the patterns, the human emotional patterns. Now, AI doesn't have any emotions of its own, but it can nevertheless learn to recognize these patterns in humans. Actually, computers may outperform humans in recognizing human emotions precisely because they don't have any emotions of their own. You see, humans, all of us, we yearn to be understood. We want people to understand how we feel. I want my mother to understand me. I want my teacher, my husband, my boss to understand me. And very often, these other humans disappoint us. They fail to understand how we feel. Why? Because they are too busy with their own feelings. But it will be very different with computers. Computers will have an exquisitely fine-tuned understanding of how we feel because they will learn to recognize the patterns of our feelings while they have no distracting feelings of their own. They are never bored or angry or fearful. So, for instance, when we come back home from work, grumpy and stressed, perhaps our husband won't notice it, but our smart house will notice it. The lights will dim to create a soothing atmosphere. The music system will start playing an uplifting song, and the refrigerator will offer us the most comforting soul food. And we might become so accustomed to these attentive machines that understand how we feel that we will become very intolerant of all these self-centered humans who don't understand how we feel. What will this do to human relationships? What happens, for example, when your refrigerator is more attuned to your feelings than your husband is?